Great day. Welcome to the Daily Word for today is Wednesday. Wednesday, March 28th, 2018. And we came across some technical difficulties on the 27th. So we're doing the best we can. Remember, we have said if you just tuned in to our YouTube channel, it's the first video you may see. Go back and you'll find out that when we started, we've been having a lot of bloopers here and there, but we love it and we don't edit it. We just leave it like it is, and if it looks funny, well, we hope you enjoy a great laugh. So today we're doing yesterday's word, correct, Michael?
Yes.
And then we're going to do another video and continue with today's word. Yes. So we just want you to enjoy it, and the best part is to apply it to your life. So, Michael?
And the greatest of all is, thank you, Alice. The greatest of all is the intention behind it. Because it's a video, but the intention that we put behind it, and we did do it yesterday. For the record, we did do it yesterday. However, like she said, technical difficulties, without going too much of an explanation about it. We just got a new camera, and I didn't know the ins and outs of where the storage is kept. So the camera was overwhelmed because I was looking at the wrong place for the storage. So now that that's how we learn, so now that I've seen where to truly look, then now I can have that camera, ready to go at every time. So without further ado, let's take a deep breath of awareness, of presence. Exhale and let go. Open our hearts, open our minds, and ready to receive. Thank you. So the word for yesterday. Also, if you like the audio, because we recorded audio and video, so if you like the audio, because it was a profound message, it was a great message from Spirit. I'm just gonna, give what comes to me, because I don't like to, memorize or try to perfect it. To perfect of how it's got to be delivered. I just go with the presence of what I feel needs to be delivered. So it'll never be one will never be the same. So the word for yesterday is forgiveness. And also Mom is with us here in spirit. She wasn't here to join us today. So today's word is forgiveness. Forgiveness is a gift I give to myself. Forgiveness is a gift I give to myself. Wow. Talk about a gift. Forgiveness is a gift I give to myself. Carrying around the emotional baggage of perceived offenses others have committed against me only serves to weigh me down. I do not have to include those people in my present experience if it is unhealthy for me to do so. Yet holding on to hurt keeps wounds open that might otherwise heal. If I become aware, I am letting anger have power over me. Awareness is key. So I examine the things I am holding on to, breathing in the divine. As I explore feelings of fear or pain, meaning not hiding from it. That is what samadhi is about. I can make peace with my feelings. Their grip on my heart loosens, and I am able to open to new and more loving activities in my life. Only I am responsible for the power I allow others' actions to have over me. So I give myself the gift of forgiveness. And this is Matthew 6:12. And forgive us our debts as we also forgive our debtors. And in the message it says, let me see here a minute. Matthew 6:12. No, wait a minute, that's the wrong. Excuse me 1 second. I got the Spanish up, but I didn't put the English. Give me 1 second. Matthew 6:12. Whoops, not Matthew 16. Matthew 6:12. And I'm going to read the whole thing because I read the whole thing yesterday and it was pretty profound. It says, Pray with simplicity. I'm going to read from 5 to verse 13. It says, pray with simplicity. And this is meditation. If you hear the words, it's in the Bible. And when you come before God, don't turn that into a theatrical production either. All these people making a regular show out of their prayers, hoping for stardom. Do you think God sits in a box seat? Here's what I want you to do. Find a quiet, secluded place so you won't be tempted to roleplay before God. Just be there simply and honestly as you can manage, being present. The focus will shift from you to the divine, to the Spirit, to God within, and you will begin to sense God's grace. The world is full of so-called prayer warriors who are prayer ignorant. They're full of formulas and programs and advice, peddling techniques for getting what you want from God. Don't fall for that nonsense. This is your Father, Mother, God you are dealing with, and God knows better than you what you need. With a God like this loving you, you can pray very simply like this. Our Father in heaven, reveal who you are. Our Father, Mother, God in heaven, reveal who you are, set the world right. Do what's best, as above, so below. Keep us alive with 3 square meals. Keep us forgiven with you and forgiving others. Keep us safe from ourselves and the devil. You're in charge. You can do anything you want. You're a blazing beauty. Yes, yes, yes. So basically it's saying meditation. And when you come before this presence, is you are there to listen to it, not to tell it what you want from it, meaning God. The reason why I say it, and we'll do another video on that because I just thought about that, is I say Father, Mother, God, because it is not a physical person. It is not a man or a woman. It is beyond our comprehension. It even says in the Bible that our thoughts can't even reach the thoughts of God. Think about that for a moment. Because, without going into another... I'll leave it for another day. But if you desire to hear about that, there is a profound truth. And when you listen and experience that truth, you will be able to tap into more of that presence within you. Because thinking it's masculine or thinking it's feminine separates the completion of what it is. So, and this is in these daily word videos call for you to be open-minded, to not hold on to what you think it is, because if we can't even touch the thoughts of God, of Spirit, and who am I to even say what God is? I'm not here to tell you what God is. I'm not here to tell you what Spirit is. I'm here to remind you of what you are and how you can connect with that. So, forgiveness. It says, we must forget our debtors. And how do we forget our debtors? It says, keep us forgiven with you and forgiving others. Keep us safe from ourselves and the devil. And yesterday, I do remember I spoke on something very important. The devil. That the devil is here to kill, steal, and destroy, and oppress. What are we talking about here? We're talking about the ego. Because the ego separates us. The ego oppresses us. The ego destroys us. When we just hold on to that ego, meaning that ego is saying I'm better than another person, or comparing or judging, that's that entity that we give power to. It's a living thing inside of us. It's the ego. So when I can disconnect from the ego, and it says, forgive us our debts. What is our debts? Our debts is those possessions that we hold on to. The thoughts, ideas, perceptions, concepts, constructs, programs that we believe are true. We're not willing to let go because of our pride, because of our education, because of our idea of self, that we lose the very facet of what it is. It's the surrendering unto it that you realize, and you come into this presence that you can't tap into with the brain. You use it, but you can't tap into it by thinking about it. You must surrender to it. That's why the verse says, let go and let God. And another thing is, when it says, find a quiet, secluded place so you won't be tempted to roleplay before God. Just be there simply and honestly as you can manage. The focus will shift from you to God, the presence, the Spirit within you, and you will begin to sense God's grace. Forgiveness. And how do we practice forgiveness? Unconditional love. Let's add that word to love. Unconditional love. When we can love without conditions and not separate love from itself, we will experience love itself, true unconditional love from the divine, because it's always happening. You are loved beyond conditions, beyond measure. Surrender to that. Alice? A few words?
In my simplicity of being, the one thing I just realized is, just like when we say, love yourself, love your neighbor as thyself, you have to love yourself first. Well, I'm not anyone to forgive anybody else. I need to just forgive myself.
Yes.
And in forgiving myself, I learned that whatever harm anyone has ever brought to me, or any reason why I would ever think or feel that I need to forgive anyone, was caused by my perception and issues that I had within myself. So I've learned to forgive myself and realize, forgive that little girl, forgive that teenager, forgive all the stages of my life that I made certain choices, and I live with the fact of knowing that they were lessons. So I just forgive myself, and even in the present moment when I fail to, although I don't like that word, but let's say I do not do something according to certain standards, I come back to myself and I go to that quiet place that Michael was talking about, and I just find that forgiveness within, going into that connection with God.
Yes. And you know what, as we talk about this needs to be like a whole video towards this subject, because we could talk about this in depth for days. But one thing that, as Ali was sharing, because I know Ali's story, Alice's story, I call her Ali, that's my lovable name for her, is that you can't change your past, you can't change your experiences. But what you could do is you could forgive your perspective on the experience and learn from that experience. Because until we, and it even says it what we just read right now, until we realize, it says, as I examine the things I'm holding on to, breathing in the divine, as I explore feelings of fear or pain, if we don't go in there to explore them, we won't learn the lessons that they were there to give us. That's unconditional love. That's non-judgment. Go within yourself and find those facets of yourself that are causing these perspectives to hold on to things that are keeping you from experiencing the greatness and the glory of the divine spirit within you that is ready to reveal to you. Thank you for sharing, Ali.
Yep, my pleasure.
And like we said, we'll get more of that into the future. So stay tuned. And please share and subscribe to our videos to get more.